So now we're going to learn about a callback. And if you want right now, you could just pause this video and you could click this link in our course outline and you could go look at the code and you could see if you understand it. That was kind of like the code I did just to sort of like think out an example before I started recording this video. And then you could unpause the video, come back and watch me recode that and talk my way through it, share with you what I'm thinking as I build it. So basically a callback, and you hear this word callback. What's a callback? A callback is passing a func as an argument. So functions are first-class citizens. We could return functions, we could assign functions to variables, and we could also pass a function in to another function as an argument. So a function can be returned from a function, it can be passed into a function as an argument, and it could also be assigned to a variable. So functions are first-class citizens. So a callback is when you pass a func in as an argument. And this is a type of programming often referred to as functional programming. I don't really care for functional programming. I think the logic is hard to follow and it reads messy. But sometimes you use this tool to do stuff or you'll see it in other code. So it's good to be aware of it and understand kind of what's going on and know how to read it. So if you ever get to that bridge, you are more able to be able to cross it. So I'm going to erase this code that I just worked out and we'll start from the beginning. And we had that one function sum, which summed numbers together and then returned an int, and it gave us the value of what was returned. And that took in a variadic parameter of type int. And so there we have, and we might signify to ourselves that's going to be a slice of int when it comes in. So now we need to sum all that up. And so we need something to hold the total, and we could just set that equal to 0. And then we're going to range for index. We don't need the index, but we will grab the value. And we'll range over xi, so we're ranging over that slice of ints. And we're going to sum all of those numbers together. And so if it's the value, we want total plus equals, and then we're going to add the value to it. So the plus equal operator, there is plus equal, there's minus equal, there's plus plus, and that's a way that we can increment stuff. And I'll just kind of show that here too very quickly. Golang playground. And so if we have if we have x colon equals 0, and then we do x plus plus, and we print that out. Let's get this, and we'll put this up here too. So we're going to run that. We have 0, and then we have 1. And we could also do x plus equal, and add some number here, plus equal 42. And we could do x minus equal 40, I don't know. We could do, let's see what number comes out, 3. There we go, run it. So plus plus makes it 1, and then plus equal, we add 42 to that, makes it 43, and then minus 3 equals 40. And so those are those, and just some operators. And if we go look at the language specification at operators, we have plus equal, minus equal, and then plus plus. There's also minus minus. I didn't show that. Let's add that into the example. And we'll put minus minus here. Format it and run. That should be 39. Cool. There's a few more in there. So we have multiply equal, divide equal, the modulus, modulo, whatever you want to call it. So let's just put this code into our course outline so you have access to it. And math operators. There we go. All right, so here's that, and then we could return our total. Okay, so that should add everything to total and return total. And then we could just check that, and we'll have some variable s, which will be our sum, s colon equals, and we'll call sum, and we need to pass into sum some slice of int. So we could do, I is colon equal to a slice of int, and we could pass in with our composite literal slice of int, curly braces. Look at what we're doing, right? You don't need the trailing comma if it's all on one line. You could also have it. Probably good practice to leave it in. And so we're going to pass into sum, a slice of int, but we need to unfurl that, right? So it just wants int, not a slice of int. So variadic parameters of int. And so now we have the slice of int, and we're unfurling it, passing it in. There's our slice of int. And then that, because this is a variadic parameter, becomes a slice of int, a slice of that type once it gets in to the function. And so here we range over that. And we could prove that that's a slice of int with format.println, printf, and %t new line, what type is our xi? And so that should give us our value back from sum, and then we print it. Let's run it. And so that is a slice of int. This xi, right, is a slice of int. That's what the variadic parameter of type int gives us, is a slice of int. And then we have 45 right here. So that all worked. Well, now what if I only wanted to run even numbers or odd numbers? And this is where we could, I'll save this code too as a step. Just sum func. That's just sum func. And now we'll do even numbers. What if we just want to do even numbers? So we could have another function. We could have func even. And what do we want that function to do? We want it to return an int of just the even numbers. But what is it going to take in? It's going to take in a func with this signature. It's going to take in a func with that signature. And then it's also going to take in, I'll call this, I'm running out of variable names that I want them to be different. So slice, I use xi, ii. Now I will use just, you know, I don't know, triple I or vi, that's fine. Vi is going to be a variadic parameter of ints. And we're going to assign that to vi, and this one will be assigned to f. So here's a callback. We're passing in this function. It's a function that takes in a variadic parameter of int assigned to xi, and it returns an int, okay? So we're passing in a function as an argument. That function is one of our parameters. It's being assigned to the variable f, func expression, assigning a variable, assigning a function to a variable, and then we're also taking in a variadic parameter of ints. So now we need to figure out which of these is even, these numbers coming in. So I'm going to create a new, yet one more slice to hold values, and that slice is going to be xv yi, why not? And it's going to be a slice of int, and I'm going to use var, just to kind of var yi is a slice of int. And now I will do for, throw away my index, I want the value, colon equal range, and I'm going to range over my vi. Right, this vi, this variadic parameter of ints, come in as a slice of int. I'm going to range over that, and I'm going to find all the even numbers. So if v and modulus 2 is equal to 0, right, meaning it's an even number, divides by 2, and there's no remainder, then to yi, we're going to append to yi, we're going to append that value, okay? So that will give us our even numbers. So we're appending to yi, this one right here, right, the value, which is even. So now we have a slice of even numbers. And we have this other function here. So this other function, f, takes in, right, f takes in a variadic parameter of ints. So we're going to call f. And we have yi, which is a slice of int, and we're going to unfurl that because that's what it wants, is just an unlimited number of type int. So we're taking the slice of int and unfurling that, and that's going to return an int. So we're just going to get that int, which comes back from this, and then return it right here for that. Kaboom! So that's a callback, taking in a function as an argument, and how you might use it. And so now we'll come up here and we'll call even. And so we'll call this I don't know. I'm running out of stuff. Sum and then sum2. This is what we'll do, colon equal. And we'll do even, and we'll pass in I and unfurl it, because even Even needs a function. We're also going to pass in sum. And then it needs the variadic parameter. And the variadic parameter has to be the last one in the parameter list, right? So the last one. And it's variadic, type int, unlimited number of them. And so we're passing in a slice of int and unfurling it. And for our function, we're passing in sum. Our function needs to be this signature, xi, variadic, parameter of int, return an int, xi, variadic parameter of int, return an int. So that's what we're passing in. We're passing in this function sum and it's going to give us S2, and that's going to be the sum of even numbers. And we'll print that. And we'll put a little even numbers. And we'll also do here all numbers. And that will be 2, 4, 6, 12, 20. See if I made any errors. Even numbers are 20. And why do we have slice of int there? Because we're printing the type out again right here. So I'm going to just comment that out. And format it and run it. All numbers 45, even numbers 20. That means that we have 25 on the odd numbers. So I'm going to give this to you as a challenge right now. Create a function odd that adds up the odd numbers. So go pause the video right now and do that. All right, so here's the solution now. I'm just going to copy this function. I'm going to call it odd, and it is not equal to 0. And let's call odd and see what happens. By the way, I don't know if you like your name. But me, I think about like the subliminal suggestions that names give. And so my name, Todd, I've never been really a huge fan of it. Like as I got older and realized that all my life people have been calling me Odd. Hey, Odd. What's up, Odd? I don't really care for it. But you get so far into the game. I gave my son a name I really like. His middle name is Hawk. How cool is that, right? Like if you're on a soccer team, everybody could call you Hawk. Hawk! Here comes the ball. Here comes Hawk. He's going down the field. So I really try to think about giving my kids cool names. All right, now let's run odd and see what happens. Odd numbers, 25. Pretty sweet. All right, cool. So that's using a callback, which is passing a function in as an argument to another function.